Esmeralda gets banned out here. Phobius picked up by EVOS.
Wow.
Obvious. All right.
That's a strong hero for Randy. Right, can be annoying, can initiate fights as well. And if Randy plays a reset, EVOS, that might be the difference maker.
Yeah, considering CC's already banned out, what other laners? Oh wait, I mean, well, Lapu Lapu is flex, no?
Yeah.
Technically, it is fine.
The Alice is still an okay option, and they do indeed go for it. A bit of a signature pick for Kin. But the low Yi for Octa, on paper, it does make sense. A good early game damage, diversion to supplement the rotations. It is going to be a lot more vulnerable than back then, though. EVOS, though, going second, they have a chance to show something surprising here.
I see Luo Yi, and I'm just traumatized by Sanji's Luo Yi from MPL PH. It's kind of wild.
It's going to be a joy, because they need magic damage too. It kind of works out.
Could be. Joy Gwyn.
And with the Joy, they need someone that can actually burst down even the big fighters too. But no, they go for Veteran. It's a whole sustain angle.
Yeah.
Assassin versus jungle.
So we're gonna throw it over to the casters now to bring us to game number 1 between DEWA and EVOS.
Thank you, Pat. Will be witness if DEWA can prove their divinity and ascend up to the skies, or will it be EVOS again, roaring and restoring their past glory? It is game 1 of EVOS against DEWA United.
This looks amazing for DEWA United, man. The front to back to deal with EVOS's front to back themselves, the Lapu Lapu to go through them, and the early win that really should be a win here as we see a battle. Key getting brought back under turret. We'll lose out on the trade, and it's a flicker out for Key. A resource win for DEWA.
It's a very good resource burn, especially with the Kalea too. But now, Ray against Albert. Ray with his special hero, I'd say, the Fanny, being picked up multiple times. Clash of Eras, veteran against the Youngblood. I mean, Albert isn't really a Youngblood, I would say, because he has been there.
Veteran, bro.
Since his RRQ day, so it's a clash of the veterans against the veterans.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Alice, though, in the hands of Kim. He's one of his strong heroes in the regular season. He has been proven to be the initiator for DEWA multiple times. And this Alice is indeed very, very scary. Picked it up 3 times, but only a 33% win rate. Now it's 4, so he will have to prove his end of the bargain there. Emblems by Games Max, nothing too out of the ordinary. And again, you want to go Lethal Ignition for the Fanny.
Pull yourself
for the
together.
Assassin, but to pull yourself together for the Luo Yi.
Yeah.
So maximizing the Purify because he's up against a Kalea.
Yep. I think it's a really, really good take. Here as well, just Prio up in the XP lane. Kin taking the Bargain Hunter, so he wants to get to those crucial items quicker. They know that they have that snowball potential up against this composition, and if they win Turtle 1, it's going to be so, so big. So we're going to take a look at the items again. It's the rush to the boots for both roamers. Nothing really too crazy in the item department. More so crazy emblems earlier. Yeah, pull yourself together, and that Bargain Hunter. Mid lane Prio, the battle.
It's quite even as of now, especially with the Kalea Chusin. A very strong mid duo to go in and out, especially pushing DEWA back. Ueza
has to flicker out. That's a big win already. But that's going to be the ultimate, immobilizing 2 members. Donor Ruin, Octa doing a lot of damage. That's going to be the red tree win for Albert. Skin has to back away, but Ray wasn't in a position to fight anyway. So EVOS just take it out free.
Albert sitting back with the Brethren isn't really a special pick for him. Diversion.
An attempt, getting him out of the wall as well, but they won't be able to do much. Octa in a tough spot now. Does have the Purify, will have to be careful. Krasus Ram, Ueza 1 HP Roundel will get first blood, and already DEWA are crumbling up top. Kin in a 1v1 against Randy will be able to escape.
That first blood onto the hands of Roundel. This Chusin will have a good day as of now. But let's talk about the diversion coming up from DEWA. It's one of their win cons to their angle to go in and out, especially against EVOS. Yes, they do have a battle-ready fighter in the hands of the Lapu Lapu, but then again, EVOS, they have way too many peel. When it comes to the diversion, you have the Tsunami Slam, and then Roundel just gonna constantly pop the Lantern Flare. So they have to be more calculative in their approach. And now it's just giving Erlan time and space to farm this Granger, especially within the hands of Erlan, is his specialty. Time predictions by Gopay. Again, another unanimous decision this time around. No, I go for the 3-0 with EVOS.
Yeah, we've been correct so far on the English desk. Not a single one got it wrong. We all went for Alter Ego in match number 1. I wonder if it's going to be the same thing here. EVOS, the ones ahead. With a composition that also needs to snowball. So, again, I think it'll come down to Turtle 2, Turtle 3. We'll see some big skirmishes there. And the big question is, will Ray have purple for that? Nice steal from Rendy.
Rendy against Kin. These are the 2 new members of both DEWA and EVOS. The catalysts as of now. Quick Oracle coming in from the Alice. First item, rushing it down.
So that's what the Bargain Hunter's for.
Yeah.
Just want to get more healing. Obviously, you have magic defense as well, but I think you pick it up more for the healing here because it's just the Jusin who's able to dish out damage.
Yeah.
You can see for Erlan, though, he's really looking for those stacks. He knows that if he snowballs early, it's a done deal. Rendy caught by the wall, but it's Rendy who wins out on the trade as EVOS look for the turtle now. Mueza walking up, getting poked down. That's going to be the Throne of Ruin on a 2. Oh my, Tectonic Charge as well as maybe cuts him down. Key on a Ray, the Appraiser's Crown, Retribution now as Key tries to go for Tsunami Slam, able to find it now, is asking for a 2-man taunt. Ray still able to escape. Kid in the midst of it all
Diversion.
now. Octa will run away with a diversion. They all get out. EVOS get a 1-for-2 trade.
Not only it is an offensive tool, but it is also a defensive one. But that is going to be a win, a huge one for EVOS because Erlan is now munching on the plates, even though it expires, but still they are able to get the turtle to boot for themselves. DEWA, a slight win with a kill towards Rendy. But it's a Phobius by all means. So it all comes down to him frontlining for the team. Albert this time around with the Fredrin. Again, you would argue that he's one of the game changers for EVOS with the assassin picks. But now with the Fredrin, he will be in a much more supportive role. This sets the stage for Erlan to step up because we have seen him time and time again cracking under pressure. He hasn't been the same since he was back when he was pretty on his prime with EVOS in the regular season. So we'll see if he is able to step on the plate. This time around though, DEWA still looking for counter plays. They still have Kin again with the Alice ultimate that will set up his teammates for success. And EVOS, all they want to do now is just control. They have so much pressure, it seems like. The Jusin, the Kalea can always bring resources in the hands of DEWA. And Albert, look at him, so relentless.
Level 9 to Fanny, level 9 as well. That's a big win for the Fredrin. Key pops in a conceal. We'll be looking for Kin here. Tsunami Slam over. Diversion coming down as well. Kin pops in a throw in the ruin. Goes in for the mobilization as well. But no one's there to follow it up. Kin gets away with a diversion into top. Albert caught around the yin-yang reactions. And it's the XP taken by Erlan.
And I love how DEWA has set this up to a fact where they have disengage options. Oh, look at that. Look at those medals.
Oh!
It's Aura. This guy right here. The MVP of M1. Flexing that medal. When is the team going to get that?
Hey, man. This year. And it's indoor Sanayan. They just revealed the venue for M7. I'm glad they announced it early for BTR, you know? All in, though, over to the rock. Mueza cannot find a way in. Rauno gets poked to half as well, though, as Kin jumps in, able to go for the blink. Rendy now doing a whole lot with the Dark Wave as well. Turtle control. That's going to be the 3-man into the Tectonic Charge. Ray goes in for the cut as well. So that's going to be the Labu Chain CC'd. Albert picking up the kill on Ray. It's Erlan going for the gun down now as Kin is caught in the midst of it all. Will go for the stun again. Tsunami Slam to lock him down for Erlan's second stack of the game.
Yeah, 2 kills, especially. Your job gets easier because there is the Kalea in the hands of Key. Quick assassination, quick pickoffs with the Tsunami Slam and the Granger combo. I was trying to connect my point again, where DEWA, they have this engage option with the Alice first skill, and then you have the diversion too, where EVOS really wants to go in the team fights. They want to brawl it out. They have the Phobius, who's, by the way, benefited quite well. Stefani is there with Kin too, so he can always get the resets on the ultimate, but EVOS so far have been winning on the trades. 3.1k gold lead for DEWA. It's all about just going in surprises. Again, like versions. And you have the tech charge too, and
It's all about diving for DEWA. They've been playing EVOS' game in the last 3 turtles, man. Like Turtle 1, sure, fair enough. No purple buff for Ray, which means, all right, you know, we're going to give that. But Turtle 2, Turtle 3, they have a Lapu Lapu, a Grok, a diversion as well, Fanny and Alice. But they're playing to beat the front line. the Granger is so free. Erlan, he's never had this much free space in the regular season even, and that's why you can see the itemization already at a Melphic roar. This is looking bleak, man. DEWA need to adapt. They need to understand they need to go for the guy right there, maybe. Is able to escape a Mueza. Unfortunately won't. Oh my lord, Erlan. The last time I saw him get this much space, it was in MDL.
Danger, danger. Albert wants to go for more. Octa.
Bonk as well. But not enough damage to take him down. Almost a bullet.
Wow.
Binding Octa.
Comes in clutch for him. Again, a safe haven. The Malefic gun as well, or rather Malefic roar, excuse me, purchased by Erlan. He goes in for the fleeting time because he knows it's all about the Tsunami Slam. It's all about just picking off DEWA, whether it be Octa or Raid, especially when you have the Granger. And so far, yes, DEWA. Okay, Raid is able to plunder that purple buff, and he will get away unscathed, so it's gonna be fine. But he popped his retry, so I think that could be info for EVOS if they want to go for the Lord, but I think for now, seems like they kind of want to pivot into it. Trying to push out the lanes too, make pressure, even if Ray is able to answer that. Conceal play!
Tectonic charge is only onto Roundel. Erlan with the quick reactions. That's a good stun over key. Looking for Tsunami Slam against the Kin in the midst of it all. Now going to be caught, still able to sustain for a bit, but Erlan gets the Mega. 40th stack on the Sky Piercer. It's looking a bit too good to be true for EVOS, man. Erlan, crazy reactions, performing under the lights.
Yeah, man. Erlan proving his doubters wrong. And Rendy on a brawl with a big fat rock there, Mueza. They'll still be able to get the Lord. They want to chase for more. It feels like Roundel is able to just peel away with the Lantern Flare. They plunder the orange buff too.
Realize it's gone from bad to worse,
Man.
for DEWA. Erlan, who was already untouched, now has a win in nature. So if DEWA finally, restructure their winning condition, restructure the way they're playing and look for the dive, it'll still be difficult. The guy just pops with a nature and that's it. Almost 80% of your burst is gone.
Yeah, and we talked about the dive as well, right? But you mentioned it. They have to go through a very hefty front line. They have the Phobias, they have the Fredrin, and the Peel is there. Plus, Roundel is just going to constantly pop the Lantern Flare, so how do you really want to target Ranger, right? How do you really want to target Roundel, who, by the way, can soft peel with the Crimson Beacon, too? So it's going to be a problematic situation now, complicating and learning the difficult thing. Mueza.
That's a Tsunami Slam, but it's only onto Mueza. That's going to be thrown of Ruin, locking 3 members down. But again, Erlan's free in the back line, doing a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage back, though! From DEWA Ray, going through them all, but Erlan is untouched. He gets a double. And it makes it 3 for 2. Still in favor of DEWA. But at this point, with 60 stacks now, if I was Erlan, I'd say, die for me. I got you, team.
It's all over again. Erlan finally proving he has what it takes to be on center stage with the lights beaming down on him. He was constantly criticized. Take a look at the replay here, presented by the official tournament smartphone, Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. It goes on early with Albert going in on Mueza, but they know if they can lock down Mueza, DEWA does not have the engage tool. So they go for Mueza, and really just jumping around. Great try to reach Erlan, but again, it was just too hard for him to even touch Erlan's toes.
Absolutely, and at this point, you're going to have to rely on Kin. And by the way, in case you didn't know, in case you didn't trust me on the 60 stacks, he bought that Sky Piercer first item. So yes, 6 kills all on Sky Piercer. This is why when you're up against a fighter composition, fighter gold on the enemy team, on the Granger, just pick up Sky Piercer first item because you just play the gamble with your enemy team. If you lose, I champ, but if you win,
Fair enough.
Ba-bang, those are some big stacks, man. Purple buff stolen away by Albert as now Mueza is going to be caught in a tough spot, locked up. Oh, man, tossed around.
Man, DEWA might be the gods, but Erlan is godlike. He is unstoppable. They want to go for more.
2-man thrown of Ruin into the stun of the Bravest Spider. Key going to be taken low now as Roundel jumps in. But Ray does a lot of damage with lethal ignition, taken down on Roundel. Not enough to take anyone down, though. Again, for EVOS, it's a big, big win. Erlan now, full stacks.
Again, that was just them scathing the front line. Erlan was completely untouched. In the back line, I believe he hasn't even popped his Win Nature just yet. Goes for the BOD, maximum damage, he says. There is no need to try to pry away the healing from DEWA. until he can go for maximum damage.
Going with this? No.
Danger, and that's a
Okay,
free
yeah.
Lord as well for EVOS.
That makes sense, you know, you don't want to go for that. And it will be an EVOS Lord win. 5,000 gold lead for EVOS, now a Lord as well. For DEWA, it ain't horrible yet. Their wave clear, though, is pretty horrible.
It is. I think the Fanny might do some work, but again, you don't really want to wave clear in front of your enemy. You want to activate your side lanes.
4,000 gold lead?
Yeah, 4.4k gold up against the Lapu Lapu, up against Maybe. And maybe if it dives into the backline, he's just going to be toast. He's just going to be EVOS' dinner. As of now, the Lord will march in. Tri-lane push established for EVOS. Man, they're just playing to protect Ireland at this point, and I like how it turns out to be good for EVOS. They plunder that purple buff, again not giving access to Ray to just cable around unless he wants to go and counter jungle. Down there, you might look for an angle for Erlan. That could be one window, but he is just going to shadow him and forcing Ray to recall.
Okay, so the siege isn't that good either for EVOS.
Yeah.
If you look at their composition, right, most of them are like zoning heroes to enable, again, this ranger hyper carry. So if they want to enter, they got to brute force it. Albert has to walk up. Renty has to use some resources to get close. Let's look at the far lane, though, because it's a bit too low with its Lord charge as well. Mid lane they go for. Wave clear a bit bad now, maybe. Pops and Bravest Spider, they won't be going in. They still have to deal with the Lord, and the Lord is still so healthy, by the way. Oh man, Buesa baited in.
Look at that.
On a charge, Kid goes into the middle.
Oh.
Again, it's going to be Erlan with the 80 stacks, cutting him down front to back style. Roundel very low though. Ray has the flank on him. Albert goes over the taunt now. It's going to be a big bomb! Erlan gets the double. Facilitated by Albert. That's a triple for Erlan. He's still so low. Little Ray looking to play. Key is able to lock him down now. That's the immortality buy as well from Erlan. Rose Gold Meteor from the man who has always been doubted. The forgotten Tiger will be looking for that Savage, and it is a Savage.